The airport was a madhouse, voices overlapping, luggage wheels rattling, and announcements echoing through the terminal like a relentless chorus. Ethan Hayes, a single dad with a 6-year-old daughter tugging at his hand, tried to keep himself calm. He hated flying, he hated rushing, but most of all, he hated disappointing his daughter, Lily. Their flight from Denver to New York had been overbooked. They were supposed to fly earlier in the day, but a storm delay had pushed everything back. Now, the airline staff was scrambling to seat the remaining passengers, and Ethan had been praying, silently, that he and Lily would just make it on. "Daddy, are we going to miss Grandma's birthday?" Lily asked, her big brown eyes filled with worry. Ethan knelt down beside her. "Not if I can help it, Bug." He forced a smile, though his stomach twisted with nerves. He approached the gate agent again. "Ma'am, any update? I'm traveling with my daughter. We just need 2 seats together." The agent winced sympathetically. "Sir, I do have 1 economy seat left. Just 1. I'm really sorry. Just 1. Ethan felt his chest collapse inward. He couldn't send Lily alone on the plane. And he couldn't stay behind with her. They'd miss his mother's birthday, and he'd already canceled on her twice this year. She wouldn't say anything, but he knew it hurt her. He looked at Lily again. She was humming quietly, unaware of how close they were to being stuck here for another day. "Daddy," she questioned softly, sensing his silence. Before he could answer, the agent called out, "Passenger Ethan Hayes. Please come forward." He took Lily's hand. "Let's go, Bug." At the counter, the agent explained softly, "I can put your daughter on the plane, but we really don't have another seat. Unless," she looked toward the gate, thinking hard, "unless someone on the flight voluntarily gives theirs up. But it's a full flight to New York, no one's budging." Ethan exhaled. That was that. They weren't going. He opened his mouth to say, "Please cancel us," when a voice behind him said, calm but firm, "Excuse me, I'll give him mine." Ethan turned. Standing behind him was a woman dressed in a cream-colored coat, elegant but understated. Her hair was tied neatly, her posture relaxed, and her expression gentle. She looked like she belonged in a place where people snapped their fingers and things happened smoothly around them. The gate agent blinked. "Ma'am, your seat is in first class." "I'm aware," the woman said. "Let him sit there. I'll take whatever seat is left in economy." A murmur rose among the passengers waiting nearby. Some looked annoyed, others impressed. Ethan stammered, "Ma'am, you don't have to do that." She smiled faintly. "I know I don't, but you need that seat more than I do. First class is expensive," he said, still trying to understand why a stranger would do this. "It's just a seat," she replied. "Your daughter shouldn't have to miss her grandmother's birthday." Lily peeked up from behind Ethan's arm. "Are you an angel?" she asked. The woman laughed softly. "Hardly, sweetheart." The gate agent quickly made the arrangements, printing new boarding passes. The woman received the economy seat, the very last one at the back by the lavatory. Ethan received her first-class seat. He tried again to protest. "Look, please, at least let me pay you back." "I can." But she shook her head with a grace that silenced him. "Just enjoy the flight." Before he could say anything more, she gently stepped around him and headed down the jet bridge, economy ticket in hand. On the plane, Ethan and Lily boarded next. When the flight attendant saw Lily in the first-class ticket, she raised an eyebrow. "This seat is, for her." "No," Ethan said quickly. "For me. But, I want her next to me, she's only 6. The attendant checked the seat map. First class was completely full except for that one seat. Economy was packed. There was simply no place for them to sit together, unless someone else swapped. Ethan swallowed. He knew he couldn't take the first-class seat and leave Lily alone. "I can't sit without her," he said. "Is there anything?" The attendant held up a finger. "Let me try something." She moved down the aisle and approached a businessman seated across from the empty first-class seat. After a quiet exchange, the man nodded. "Yeah, I can move back," he said. "Kid should sit with her dad." 2 seat swaps later, Ethan and Lily were buckled into first class, side by side. "Daddy, this is like a castle," Lily squealed, pressing buttons to make her seat recline. Ethan laughed despite the stress tightening his chest. "Just don't break anything, okay?" For the first hour of the flight, Lily drifted between watching cartoons and stuffing herself with warm cookies offered by the flight attendants. Ethan, however, kept thinking about the woman, the stranger who gave up comfort, space, and a ticket that probably cost triple what he had paid just so he and his daughter could stay together. Who does that? Who is like that? Every time he tried to relax, he pictured her squeezed between two strangers in the back row, enduring turbulence, limited legroom, and the smell of the lavatory. He felt guilty, and grateful, and confused. Landing in New York. When the plane landed and passengers began to stand, Ethan told Lily, "Stay close to me." As they exited the plane, he searched for the woman. It took several minutes for economy passengers to file out. Finally, she appeared, her coat slightly wrinkled but her posture still calm. She saw him waiting and smiled politely. "Glad you made it safely." "Ma'am," Ethan said, stepping forward, "I still feel awful that you gave up that seat." "I don't know how to thank you." "You just did," she said lightly. He shook his head. "Please, let me get you dinner. Coffee, something." She hesitated. Something flickered in her expression, something guarded. "That's kind, but unnecessary." "Even still," he insisted, "you saved us today. I'd feel better doing something in return." After a moment, she relented. "Coffee. 1 cup. Then we're even." Lily tugged his sleeve. "Is she coming with us, Daddy?" "Yes, Bug," he smiled. The woman extended a hand. "I'm Isabel, by the way." "Ethan," he replied, "and this is Lily." In the airport cafe. The cafe was quiet, dimly lit with warm yellow lamps, a contrast to the chaos outside. They ordered drinks, hot chocolate for Lily, black coffee for Isabel, and a latte for Ethan. They sat, and slowly, the edges of the awkwardness softened. "So," Ethan began, "you fly first class often?" She chuckled. "Sometimes. Work pays for it, but honestly, I don't care where I sit. I'm usually too tired to notice." "What do you do?" "I'm a pediatric surgeon." Ethan blinked. "Seriously?" She nodded. "Long hours, unpredictable call shifts. I was supposed to be in New York yesterday, but the storm changed everything." "You gave up your comfort after that kind of week." She shrugged. "Your daughter reminded me why I chose my field. Kids don't get many chances to be with the people they love. I didn't want to take that from her." Lily leaned forward. "Do you fix kids?" "I try my best," Isabel said gently. "Sometimes it's scary work, but kids are brave, braver than adults most days." Ethan studied her. There was something soft beneath her composed exterior, something that made his chest warm. "You said you were heading to your mother's birthday?" she asked. "Yeah," Ethan replied. "It's the first year without my father. She's been lonely." Isabel nodded as if she understood loneliness intimately. "Family matters, more than we admit." They talked for an hour. About parenting, about work, about the challenges of starting over after heartbreak. Ethan had been divorced for 2 years, and about the strange kindness strangers sometimes show. At one point, Ethan said, "You know, I haven't met someone as kind as you in a long time." Isabel looked down at her coffee. "Kindness is easy when it costs nothing. Giving up a seat is simple. But you did it when you didn't have to." She didn't answer, just smiled softly. When they finally stood to leave, Ethan said, "Can I, maybe, thank you another day too? Dinner, maybe, or just a walk. I don't want to overstep, but I'd like to see you again." She looked startled, then thoughtful, then, finally, she nodded. "I'd like that." He grinned. "Really?" "Yes," she said, her voice warm. "But next time, you choose the seats." Lily giggled. "Daddy likes her." Isabel winked. "I like him too." 1 month later. It wasn't just dinner. It became weekends at the park. Late night calls. Laughter in his tiny kitchen. Hair twirling, heart-fluttering conversations. And Lily, oh, Lily adored her. One evening, as snow dusted the windows, Isabel said quietly, "You know, if I hadn't given up that seat, we never would have met." Ethan wrapped an arm around her. "Then it's the best seat you ever gave away." She smiled against his shoulder. And somewhere between turbulence and chance, generosity and connection, a simple act of kindness changed 3 lives forever.